The transport ship Atlas Drift moved silently through the void, its engines humming with a low mechanical rhythm that reminded Daniel Carter of a distant heartbeat. Daniel sat alone in the observation bay, staring at the scattered stars outside the panoramic window. Humanity had only recently joined the Galactic Coalition, and most humans still struggled to find their place among hundreds of alien civilizations. Daniel wasn't a diplomat or a scientist.
He was just a cargo technician.
Which meant he spent most of his days fixing broken equipment and moving crates filled with supplies for species he could barely pronounce. Still, sometimes the universe had strange ways of rewarding ordinary people. It happened on the day the distress signal appeared. The alarm lights flashed crimson across the bridge. Unidentified emergency beacon detected, the ship's AI announced calmly. Origin: Planet Varkash 9. Daniel frowned. Varkash 9 was classified as a hostile death world. Even most alien species avoided it. What kind of idiot crashes there? The pilot muttered. The captain leaned forward. Scan for survivors. The screen flickered. Then the ship's sensors showed a single life form moving through a canyon filled with black volcanic rock. The thermal reading was massive. Life form detected, the AI said. Height: approximately 2.6 meters. Biological classification unknown. Daniel felt a strange pull of curiosity. I'll go down, he said. The captain looked at him like he had lost his mind. You're a cargo tech. I've survived worse places than rocks and lava, Daniel shrugged. After a moment, the captain sighed.
Fine.
1 hour. If you're not back, we leave. The shuttle landed near a canyon covered in jagged obsidian formations. The air was thick and hot, like standing beside an open furnace. Daniel stepped out, his boots crunching on volcanic glass. Hello, he called through his translator. His voice echoed through the canyon. For a moment there was nothing. Then the ground trembled. Daniel turned slowly. Something enormous stepped from the shadows. At first glance, it looked like a nightmare. The creature stood nearly 9 feet tall. Dark crimson skin covered her body like polished armor. 2 long horns curved backward from her head, and glowing golden eyes stared down at him. Sharp claws flexed at the end of long fingers. Her wings, massive and bat-like, shifted slowly behind her. Daniel blinked. The Coalition had warned humans about predatory species, but this thing looked like it had stepped out of ancient human mythology. The creature stared at him in disbelief. You approached me? Her translator growled. Daniel raised his hands slowly.
Yeah.
Her eyes narrowed. Do you not know what I am? Daniel studied her carefully. Her posture was tense, almost defensive. There were wounds along her shoulder and side. She was hurt. No, Daniel admitted. But you look like someone who needs help. The alien stared at him like he had just said the most ridiculous thing in the universe. I am Virexa of the Drakari. The name echoed through the canyon like thunder. Daniel shrugged slightly. Nice to meet you. Silence. Then she stepped closer. The ground shook with every step. I am the most feared predator in this sector, she said slowly. Entire fleets avoid my species. Daniel tilted his head. Okay. She leaned down until her glowing eyes were inches from his face. And yet you are not afraid. Daniel scratched the back of his neck. Well, you look scary. Her eyes glowed brighter. So you admit it.
But...
She froze. Daniel smiled gently. You're also kind of beautiful. The canyon went silent. Even the wind seemed to stop. Virexa stared at him like he had just broken reality. What did you say? Daniel suddenly felt awkward. I mean, the horns are cool. And your wings are amazing. And those glowing eyes. Stop. Her wings snapped open with a thunderous sound. You are mocking me. No, Daniel said quickly. I'm not. The alien looked completely confused. You cannot possibly find a Drakari beautiful. Other species run when they see us. Daniel shrugged. Humans used to think wolves were terrifying monsters too. And now people keep them as pets. Her eyes widened. You domesticated predators? Not exactly, Daniel laughed. We just realized scary things can also be amazing. She stared at him for a long moment. Then she slowly sat down on the rocks, which, for a 9-foot horned alien, was surprisingly graceful. You are strange, human. Daniel walked a little closer. I get that a lot. Over the next hour, Daniel helped treat her injuries. Her ship had crashed during a battle with space pirates. The wreckage was scattered across the canyon. Virexa watched him as he applied a medical patch to her shoulder. You are not afraid of my claws, she said quietly. Daniel glanced up. They're just hands with extra features. She flexed them thoughtfully. Other species call them weapons. Well, humans used to punch mammoths, Daniel replied casually. She blinked. You attacked creatures larger than you?
Yeah. Why?
Daniel grinned. We were hungry. For the first time, Virexa made a strange sound. The translator hesitated. Then, it translated. Amusement. You're laughing, Daniel realized. I am not. You totally are. Her wings twitched slightly. You are a ridiculous species. Thanks. But something about her behavior had changed. The fierce predator who had first appeared in the canyon now seemed curious. You truly believe I am beautiful? She asked after a long silence. Daniel nodded.
Yeah.
But I am a monster. He shook his head. You're just different. Her golden eyes softened slightly. My species evolved to terrify enemies, she said quietly. Our appearance is a weapon.
Daniel sat on a rock nearby.
Well, it's working. She gave him a sharp look. But that doesn't mean it's the only thing you are. The alien stared at the ground. For my entire life, others have only seen fear when they look at me. Daniel shrugged. First time for everything. She looked up again. Humans are fearless. Daniel laughed. Oh, we're terrified of everything. Then why are you not afraid of me? He thought about it for a moment. Because you didn't attack me. Her wings shifted slightly. You trusted me. Daniel smiled. Yeah. She stared at him quietly. Then she asked something unexpected. What do humans do when they find something beautiful? Daniel blinked. Well, we usually try to protect it. The canyon fell silent again. For the first time since meeting her, the terrifying predator looked vulnerable. The hour passed quickly. Soon Daniel's communicator beeped. Extraction shuttle arriving, the captain's voice said. Daniel stood up. Well, that's my ride. Virexa looked toward the sky where the shuttle was descending. You will leave.
Yeah.
She stood slowly, towering above him again. The wind moved through her wings. You risked your life to help a creature everyone fears. Daniel shrugged. Someone had to. The shuttle landed behind them. The hatch opened. Daniel started walking toward it. Then he stopped. He turned back. Virexa was still standing in the canyon, watching him. Her glowing eyes looked different now. Hey, Daniel said. Yes, human? He smiled. You should visit Earth sometime. She tilted her head. Why? Because if people there saw you flying over a mountain, Daniel grinned. They'd probably build statues. For a moment she looked stunned. Then she spoke quietly. Daniel Carter. Yeah. I will remember that you were the first being in the galaxy who did not see a monster. Daniel scratched his neck again. Good. The shuttle engines roared to life. As it lifted into the sky, Daniel looked down through the window. Far below, the massive winged alien stood alone in the canyon. But she was no longer hiding in the shadows. Her wings opened wide against the burning horizon. And for the first time in her life, Varexa no longer believed she was terrifying. Ending. Weeks later, the Galactic Coalition Council chamber fell into chaos. An enormous shadow passed over the station. Alarms blared. Outside the observation windows, a massive crimson-winged figure landed on the docking platform. Security forces prepared their weapons. Then the doors opened. Varexa of the Drakari walked calmly into the chamber. Hundreds of alien diplomats recoiled in fear. Except one. Daniel Carter stood near the cargo terminal, staring in disbelief. She walked straight toward him. The council guards froze, unsure what to do. When she reached him, the towering alien lowered her head slightly. "Human Daniel Carter," she said. "You told me that humans protect beautiful things." Daniel nodded slowly. "Yeah." Her golden eyes glowed softly. "Then I have come to see if that was true." The entire council watched in stunned silence. Daniel grinned. "Well," he looked around the terrified room. "Guess humanity just got its first dragon." For the first time in recorded galactic history, a Drakari smiled. And somewhere in the galaxy, a terrifying legend was quietly replaced with something far more powerful. Hope.